Everybody knows Indiana Jones was a joke, but for Barbie to fuck Tom at the box office is another story, and also Oppenheimer. I can name 100 things this movie did right. Editing, acting, story, suspense, visuals. But in comparison to what? A Mission Impossible movie? The things this movie got wrong? The motorcycle jump. First part too long. Killing Elsa. The Entity. Benji and Luther not getting enough lines. The train fight scene. Grace as a certified eye candy. And Black Widow as even more of an eye candy. You know what I mean. The car chase scenes. The ending. Let's dive into this. Why was this movie split into two parts? The first part could have been made into just one 3-hour movie. If Oppenheimer can do it, barely, so can this one. They say the story is long and had to be broken into two parts, but the first part is already too long. The death of Elsa is a cheap shot, and I think was made because of her TV show Silo schedule. She didn't get a lot of lines, although the movie's first scenes were about her. It felt like the movie was preparing for her death. Haley Atwell is more of an eye candy, especially at the airport scene. It felt like she was overconfident with how sexy she was. She's alright, don't get my words twisted, but she's not as classy as Elsa, that's for sure. If anyone deserves Ethan Hunt, that's her. She's earned it in 3 movies. Or you know what? Let's bring the Black Widow also into the mix. James Bond can only seduce one female at a movie. Ethan Hunt has 3 super sexy women fawning over him, half his age too. The Entity is a weird villain. Even though this is part 1, this invisible villain doesn't do something that would make the viewer say, "Oh shit, I need to watch the second part." The movie ended in a more positive note instead. I didn't know who to be afraid of, Gabriel or this supposedly strong AI. It felt like a Westworld season 4 episode. And that show is, well, dead in the water. The motorcycle jump was as good as advertised, if not even better, but we didn't get to see the end of it, just some facial expressions by Tom Cruise and him opening the parachute, and that's it. What happened next? Then he suddenly appears out of nowhere on the train, to save the day of course. Is this the most anticipated movie stunt? The fight between Tom and Gabriel on top of the train felt nowhere near as good as the first Mission Impossible movie. It just was too long, with no real scares. The car chase scenes were too long and too confusing. The comedy scene with the small car was forced into the scene. I liked it, but I also wanted an epic car chase. The ending showcases Tom's speed flying with a parachute after the train wreck. It felt like the scene was shot using a mobile phone, not the same camera that was shooting the movie. Should we still watch this movie? Of course, it's a Tom Cruise movie. You should still watch it, just for the effort he puts into the movie. Even if the effort is, well, less than perfect. And honestly, I blame the pandemic for all of it. The movie was shot at a time when no movies were shot anywhere. It is an achievement by itself, and for an action movie, it's one of the best, if not even the best. It's obvious the writing and character development weren't perfect, and that the big stunts were used instead to overhype the movie. The multi-continent big premieres for this movie by the cast felt a bit desperate, especially Tom Cruise's constant recommendation that just didn't feel right. He didn't have to do this for Maverick, that baby sold itself. Given the choice between this and, say, Indiana Jones, yeah, watch this one. But manage the expectations and hope that the second part would be the best there ever was, because it kinda has to, as the final movie of the franchise.